What's up, cool people? At this point, we are figuring out which rides would be absolutely the best rides in Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. I hope you're ready and excited. Let's go! So we're talking about all of Cedar Point's rides ranked by excitement, intensity, and nausea. And we're trying to figure out which ones of the rides would be the best rides at Cedar Point, especially for those criteria and especially added together to create the highest hierarchy for those rides. Now, our nausea section of things is actually a negative. It's kind of been flipped so that the highest scoring stuff is the stuff that makes you the least nauseous. And our lowest scoring stuff, meaning highest scoring, meaning 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. You want to have the lowest score you possibly can. These are golf rules. Also, if you have the most nausea rating that you possibly could have, then you have a lower score. That's where you get your 17s, 16s, 14s. So we're going to check through all of this and see what it ends up being as it's been kind of developed all together, and which ride is actually the best ride at Cedar Point. Now, if you haven't yet, press that subscribe button, also press the like button, and comment down below. Tell me what you think are the best rides at Cedar Point. What would your ranking look like? Even if you didn't actually follow along through every single one of these for these videos, then tell me anyway what your ranking would be. I'd love to hear that down in the comments. All right, so first we start with Blue Streak. Let's see where it ranked. First of all, we have an excitement rating for Blue Streak of 10. We have an intensity rating of Blue Streak of 7, which then makes it 17. And we have a nausea rating for Blue Streak of 9, which would put it at 26 points overall. Our next ride is Cedar Creek Mine Ride. Let's see where it ranked overall. So for excitement, we have Cedar Creek Mine Ride at 14 points. Intensity, Cedar Creek Mine Ride is also at 14 points, making it a total of 28 so far. And for nausea, it has 13 points, putting it at 61 points altogether. Our next ride is Corkscrew. Let's see where it ranked. For excitement, Corkscrew got 13 points. Intensity, Corkscrew also got 13 points. And Corkscrew received 15 points for nausea. So that's 26 plus 15, that's 41 points. Gatekeeper receives 4th place for excitement. It receives 8th place for intensity, making it 12 points altogether so far. And 3 points for nausea, giving it 15 points overall. That puts Gatekeeper at 1st place so far out of all 4 rides that have been talked about. Our next ride is Gemini. Let's see where this one ranks. Gemini received 7th place for excitement, 11th place for intensity, making it 18 points so far, and 8 points for nausea, giving it 26 points overall. So it's actually tied with Blue Streak, but because Blue Streak is older than Gemini, I have given the overall to Blue Streak rather than to Gemini, because if it can be older and can hold up better, then it deserves the better slot rather than what Gemini would have, which is a newer ride. Our next ride to officially rank is Iron Dragon. Let's check it out. Iron Dragon received 11th place for excitement, 13th place for intensity, bringing it to 24 points, and 5th place for nausea, giving it 29 points overall. That also sets it solidly at 4th place out of 6 rides that have been talked about so far. You know what? I'm just realizing that we didn't start this out with Wilderness Run or Woodstock Express, so we're going to get down to those right now. Wilderness Run was given 17th place for excitement. It was also given 16th place for intensity, putting it at 33 points so far. And it was given 12th place for nausea, putting it at 45 points over every coaster at this point. Somewhere along the way, the math wasn't mathing. I don't know what I did wrong, but Cedar Creek Mine Ride receives 41 points, not 61 points. I don't even know how that'd be possible. So 41 points for Cedar Creek Mine Ride. It is going to change just a little bit about it. Cedar Creek Mine Ride is in 6th place out of 7 rides so far. Don't know what happened. We'll keep in the mistake and then we'll change it so that you guys can see where it really should have been. I don't know what happened. Sorry. Magnum XL 200 receives 6th place for excitement, plus 3rd place for intensity, and 10th place for nausea, bringing it to a grand total of 19 points overall. That puts Magnum at 2nd place out of 8 rides that we've talked about for intensity so far. Maverick received 3rd place for excitement, 2nd place for intensity, and 4th place for nausea, giving it a whopping total of 9 points. That's a great total for that ride. That seems like the one to beat, definitely. Putting it at 1st place out of 9 rides that we've talked about so far. If anyone can beat it though, it's maybe Millennium Force. We'll have to see. So Millennium Force has 2nd place for excitement rating. It has 6th place for intensity, and it's 1st place for nausea, putting it at a tie for Maverick. Now, which one is the older of these two though? Millennium Force is the oldest, being made in 2000, and Maverick was made in 2007. So I still am going to be putting Millennium Force at number 1. One that will decidedly not be beating those rides is Pipe Scream. Let's check it out. Pipe Scream receives 16th place for excitement, 17th place for intensity, and 16th place for nausea, putting it in the very last slot so far, meaning it has 11th place out of 11 rides that we've talked about so far today. Raptor got 9th place for excitement, 4th place for intensity, 11th place for nausea, which then brought it to 24 points altogether, which gives it 5th place out of 12 rides that we've reviewed so far today. Rougarou gets 8 points for excitement, 9th place for intensity, and 14 points for nausea, giving it 31 points altogether. All right, I just ran out of storage. This is not going well. So Rougarou receives 9th place out of 13 rides reviewed so far. How is there still? Steel Vengeance might be able to compete for that top spot. Let's see where it actually ranks. So we have Steel Vengeance at number 1 for excitement. Steel Vengeance at number 1 for intensity also. And Steel Vengeance at number 6 for nausea, which puts it at number 8 altogether, which means it's actually the top spot for everything at Cedar Point. Steel Vengeance wins. Oh no, I forgot to do Woodstock Express. So I guess we're gonna do Woodstock Express next. Woodstock Express receives 15 points for excitement, 15 for intensity, 7th place for nausea, and that gives it a whopping total of 37 points. That gives it 11th place out of 15 rides that have been reviewed so far. That's actually really good for Woodstock Express. That's more than I would have expected for it, and I'm kind of proud of it, actually. Next is Valraven. Valraven receives 5th place for excitement, 10th place for intensity, and 2nd place for nausea, bringing it to 17 points. Not at all bad for Valraven. It is predictably right where Gatekeeper is, right after Gatekeeper at 5th place out of 16 rides that we've reviewed so far. And our last ride and the newest ride at Cedar Point, Wild Mouse. Let's see where it ranks overall. Wild Mouse gets 12th place for excitement, 5th place for intensity, because it is a fairly intense ride, and 17th place for nausea, putting it at 34 points overall. It did beat out Woodstock Express for its spot in the line, but it receives 12th place out of 17 rides that we've talked about at Cedar Point and ranked on Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 standards. So let's run down that list. We start at 17th place overall for Pipe Scream, 16 for Wilderness Run, 15 for Cedar Creek Mine Ride, 14 for Corkscrew, 13th place for Woodstock Express, 12th place for Wild Mouse, 11th place for Rougarou, 10th place for Iron Dragon, 9th place for Gemini, 8th place for Blue Streak, 7th place for Raptor, 6th place for Magnum, 5th for Valraven, 4th for Gatekeeper, 3rd for Maverick, 2nd for Millennium Force, and 1st place overall is Steel Vengeance for this ranking. So thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I've had a blast going through this list with you guys, and thank you guys just for hanging out. I think it's so much fun. This is my very last video to record at this house. I don't know that it'll be the last video that you'll see in this house, but it's the last video that I've recorded in this house. So it's been a great little house, and I've loved living here. It's been really, really fun. It's a little bit emotional, but it's time to pay off some student loans. Get them all completely done to free me up for all kinds of other things. If you want to help a struggling teacher out who also provides some content, go check out my Patreon. You're more than welcome to go help out there, or you can always go check out my Buy Me a Coffee also, if you would like to help out financially to make sure that I can continue to create these videos for you guys. Also, we have some cool opportunities coming up, and I'll be talking about those later. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and you have a great day. Let's go! Hey, thanks for watching. I release theme park related videos at least a couple times a week, so press that subscribe button if you made it this far. Also, check out similar videos in the playlist to the right, or find my newest video to the left. Thanks again, and let's go!